the public speaking competition chief coach. Ms. Jagdish is a passionate and experienced public speaking trainer who has guided and mentored many students in developing confidence, effective communication skills, and impactful stage presence. Her expertise and dedication in the field have inspired many young speakers to excel in competitions and presentations. So today, she will be sharing valuable tips, tricks, and techniques to help us become more confident and effective communicators. So Ms. Jagdish will start by showing you how to interpret the theme. Passing on to you,
Thank you very much, Mala. Yes, I won't take a lot of time. Let's go on to the theme because there's so much to talk about. There's so much to do. We are only going to do what is important today, all right? Interpreting the theme. The theme for the prelim is the light of a candle is transferred to another candle. And this is what you have to prepare for the first round of your video. And for the semi-finals, the theme is the power to question is the basis of all human progress. Now, you speak for 5 minutes. Very important, the theme is not the title of your speech. Okay, many students always use this theme as the title. No, this theme is for you to interpret. Everybody has a different interpretation of this. There is no hidden meaning. Don't look so deep for it. There's no hidden meaning and nobody can refute your interpretation. You can interpret it whichever way you want. I'm not going to help you in this interpretation, but I'll give you an example of how previous winners have interpreted the theme. Now, what to look for is something new and fresh, an interpretation that is out of the box kind of a thing. Okay, I'll give you an example. Don't ask ChatGPT or Google because everyone will have the same interpretation. All right? And we'll know that. We'll say, yeah, again. Yeah, what rubbish. Yeah. It becomes cliche. It becomes redundant. No. How do you do it? Number one, this is not the title. This is not the topic. It's only the theme. You brainstorm using your unconscious mind. Unconscious mind is not thinking. What a candle is to another candle. What is it? Okay, just write down. It can be funny. It can be serious. It can be anything. And then write it down. Then you ask people. You ask your teachers. You ask your brother. You can ask even your younger brother. You never know what surprising interpretation he can give. Ask your dad. Ask your friends. Write down all their interpretations. All right? Now, what you do after that is, once you have written down all these ideas on a piece of paper, that's a lot of writing. You've written down all this. Now, ask yourself 3 core questions. Am I interested in this? Choose one of the things that you have jotted down. All these ideas. Pick one idea. Am I interested in this? Do you think my audience will be interested in this? Second question, your audience. 3, can I research this? Okay, if you can answer all these questions, then that's your topic. It can out of the box, okay, then that's your topic. Once you have decided, okay, this is my topic, what I'm going to discuss about, you start researching. Also ask this question. I have noticed that most of the winners over the years, the winning speech had a social issue. Judges are always very interested in a topic if it is related to some kind of social issue. All right? You can ask Google, you can ask AI, but you use this as a resource material. Ask for information, not ask them to interpret the theme and not ask them to write your speech. All right? Very important. After you have done that, now you've got an idea what you're talking about. You've got a central thought about what you're talking about. Next question you've got to ask is, are you happy with it? Are you happy with this topic? Is it close to your heart? Only then you start writing. Because if a topic is not close to your heart, you will not be able to deliver it. 101%. It will be a forced delivery, and judges and adjudicators can know. If it's a delivery from your heart, the passion will show. So remember that, all right? Now let me give you an example. I think 2 years ago, the theme was, you do not get a second chance to make a first impression. Okay, the winning world champion speech. How did she, I think, interpret it? She talked about her grandmother having Alzheimer's, dementia. And she talked about that's a social issue. There's so many. She did a bit of research. And then she did research on how do you treat a person with Alzheimer's or dementia. What do you do? What is the help that is available? She won the judge's heart. And yes, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression on a person suffering from dementia, right? Another one. This was the impromptu, and the topic, the title that he got was a coat hanger. You know where you hang your coats? Most of the students talked about what it's made of, what it's used, and blah, 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 and where it's kept. This one student, how did he interpret it? Out of the box. In the Philippines, it's used as a tool for abortion. All right? So now you understand how important it is to interpret it out of the box. You start your interpreting. Now, let's move on, Aisha. Great speakers are not born, they are trained. I'm now going to show you the key elements in a speech, in preparing a speech. First of all, and what the judges are looking for, okay? Very important what the judges are looking for, what the audience want to hear. Most important, you've got your topic now. Don't worry about the title. Everyone is always worried about the title. No, you prepare your speech first. Then once you've finished, use one of the words or two of the words which are unique, which are crisp, short titles, which will lure your audience to want to listen to you. Not a long title that gives away your speech. All right? The title shouldn't give away your speech. Now, key element in preparing a speech is the purpose of your speech. You must have a purpose. What is the purpose? Do you want to persuade your audience? Do you want to inspire them? Do you want to inform them? Or do you want to entertain them? So you must have a purpose. Is it a speech of information? Then you see, if it's a speech of information, you will have different kind of words. You will have more facts, you will have figures to inform the public. And if you're going to inform the audience, if you're going to inform the audience do not want to listen to material that you can get from Google. The audience want to listen to something new and fresh. You understand what I mean? Something that they have not heard. We'll all want to listen to something that we have not heard. You know, there was a speaker who wanted to speak about a climb to Mount Fuji. And I told the speaker, Mount Fuji, everybody climbs. Not interesting. Research something and find me something that I don't know about Mount Fuji. After researching, you know what they found? That there's one part of Mount Fuji that's a suicidal spot. Did you all know that? Research. Research gives you this information. That's why research is important. Or asking old people, old legends, very important. Your grandmother, your grandfather, very important. Now, once you have that, a good speech will have at least two purposes: information, inspiration, or information, persuasion, and entertainment. Every speech needs a little bit of entertainment. It's hard to find. But if your speech has entertainment, it breaks the monotony of listening to something serious or something. Okay? So, and the entertainment, the humor must be related to your speech, not simply out of the box and added in it. Okay? Now, once you have known your purpose, then you can start writing. When writing the speech, I'm going to show you how we judge, how judges in the UK judge. This is sent by UK for us judges here. The first important element that they look for is reasoning and evidence. Reasoning and evidence. This is 40% of your marks. You see how important it is? 40% of your marks. What do they look for in reasoning and evidence? Let's look at it. Okay. Reasoning and evidence, it supports your ideas effectively. Strong speeches are built on logical reasoning and convincing evidence. Your arguments must be supported by credible evidence. Credible evidence, examples, and stories. Credible means believable examples, okay? Now, effective speakers present a clear argument. They don't jump from here to there, from here to there. There's one central thought. This is what I want to convey in my speech. One central idea. Remember that one central thought. And this, your central thought, will come in your introduction of your speech. The structure will be an attention getter, right? You always try to get the attention of the audience. And then is what we call the statement of intent, or we call the preview, or you in colleges will call it thesis statement. Right, Mala? Thesis statement. What is a statement of intent? That means this is what I intend to tell you. By the end of the speech, I intend to inspire you to all click to this link and put in your role, put in an effort, send your messages. So this is what you're going to say. That's where your central thought is. Okay? Explain your ideas logically. All right, now this is again very important. I normally tell my students three main ideas. Three main ideas. Normally you start, listen, we grow. Start with your personal story or a local story connected to you or your friend's story. Everybody likes to listen to your story. All right? They like it when you say, I've done it. I've been there. Now I listen to you because you were there. Right? I'm hearing it from the horse's mouth. You understand? So your story. You can create, you can ask your grandmother. It doesn't have to be your personal experience, your grandmother's, your father's, your friends, your teachers, whatever, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, it's okay. All right? We accept even if you belong to others. All right? It's not a taboo, okay? You can say my gay friend, my boyfriend if you're a girl. I can say my girlfriend. All right? It's accepted. Personal story, now you build, you're growing. The next story or the anecdote or fact should be your local environment, something in your country that a foreign audience can relate to, that a foreign audience will want to hear. You know, in my country, this is what happens. Remember your central thought, okay? From you, now you're moving to your country. The same idea, but you've taken an example that's in your country. Now, because mine is an international speech, I will move to the international regions. I'll pick a story that's similar to my central thought from somewhere around the world. Audience are interested. It's talking about somewhere near my country. Oh, my country. Oh, is it? Okay. You understand what I mean? That's how you will explain ideas logically. You grow. Use facts. This is where your research comes in. Facts, statistics, examples. Your research. This research is very important because it creates depth in your content. Most of the times, the adjudicators in London say that many speeches do not have depth in their content. Say they lose marks. Right, Iris? You were there. We were there together. And that's what they said. They didn't have depth in content. But that doesn't mean you overload with information. You have to pick what is most important. Include real life experiences and stories. Okay, very important. Avoid weak or unsupported claims. Remember all this, okay? It's very, very important. Can we move on? The marks are 40%, 40 out of 100. Now, before you leave, wait, go back, sorry. Ask yourself, do I have enough evidence to support my point? Tip, evidence make your speech more believable and persuasive. It's true, right? When I say, I took this one, this medicine. Wow, I couldn't walk. Now look at me now. Look, my hands can move. Look, this is my evidence. I'm taking this. I'm convincing you to try it too. Evidence make it more believable and persuasive. That's why you're done there. You've been there. I listen to you. All right, let's move on to the next. Expression and delivery again is 40 out of 100. Okay, 40% of your entire speech. Okay, what is expression and delivery? Let me go on. Expression and delivery, the next slide, please. Yes. All right. Very important. Bringing your speech to life. Expression and delivery determines how effectively your message reaches the audience. Now you have prepared everything. You have asked Google, you have asked your teacher, you've asked your father. Maybe your teacher has written the speech. Maybe your father who's a lawyer has written the speech. How effectively can you deliver? How effectively will your message reach the audience? Now, good speakers use clear pronunciation. Now, you look at my mouth. I'm not speaking like that. I will never open my mouth to speak. Can you all hear me? You can't hear me. See, when you open your mouth, your each word is heard. Don't be afraid of opening your mouth. It's not about wanting to look beautiful and smiling. It's about expression and delivery. All right. Now, appropriate tone. How many times have you heard your mother say, hey, watch your tone, huh? Why? Tone reflects on your attitude. The attitude of the speaker. If I am a proud person and I speak in a certain tone, like, you are way below me and I am, because I'm the Malaysian champion, I am up there. We can see in your tone, we know your attitude. All right? Emotions. Do you know your voice? Your voice. Very important for you to listen to your own voice. In your room, in your what? Not mumble. Listen to your voice. Your voice should be rich and warm like hot chocolate. You take hot chocolate, can? It should be rich and warm. Do you know the quality of your voice is 38% of your presentation? The quality of your voice. If you do not have quality, you do not have intonation, you do not have stress and de-stress, you do not have a variety in tone, your message is not reflected well. All right, now we look at body language. Eye contact, of course, very important. I don't have to tell you. Imagine if I'm talking to you and I'm looking up the wall, I'm looking at the wall at the back. Judges will know. If you have memorized your speech, you cannot look at the eyes. You will look at a wall, you will look at an empty space to try to remember. Judges know, Okay, now, posture. Shoulders up. Now they say your chin, put your finger and put your chin up. This way you appear confident. If you look down, you look at once, your shoulders droop, you're not confident at all. Appear confident. Even though you're not confident, you got to appear confident, right? Okay. What was it? Wait, gestures, Okay, now gestures. This is not a drama. This is not a debate where you bang. This is public speaking. Now, the space between your eyes and your navel. You know your navel? Is called the power sphere. This is the power sphere where you can use your gestures. All right? You can gesture not up, not down. Down, it becomes like, hey, I'm so frightened, but I have to do something. So, power sphere between your eye level and your navel is called the power sphere. Use your gestures this way, all right? Now, remember, natural gestures and facial expressions. Facial expressions will come automatically if you're passionate about delivering. All right? Now, remember, delivering a speech is not reading an essay. If you write an essay, I can reread to get the meaning. But if I'm delivering a speech, the audience and the judges only have one time to listen. They can't tell you, please rephrase, please say again, no. So if they cannot understand you or they cannot hear you, they just shut. Okay, now, speak slowly, clearly, so that you yourself can hear every word. Okay? Very important. Remember to pause. You know, long ago, the Coca-Cola had the advertisement, the pause that refreshes. It refreshes. What does the pause do? It gives you time to think what I'm going to say next. It gives the audience time to listen and to wait. When somebody is waiting, they're waiting for you to open your mouth. So they're listening. A good speech, a good speaker starts by pausing first. Don't worry, they're not going to time you because you're pausing. Your time starts when you open your mouth. So when you walk onto the stage, you pause. You look at the audience, look all around, smile, and then you start. Because that pause, now the audience are waiting for you to speak. They're all looking at you. You already got their attention. They're waiting for you to speak. All right? Now, do not use fillers. What is fillers? What happens? You lose your credibility as a speaker. Okay? So remember, your audience listens not only to your words, but also to how you say them. Speak with energy. Remember, Chris had said energy, sincerity, confidence. Remember this. Stop memorizing your speech. Start internalizing. What is internalizing? Internalizing, know your structure, know your key ideas. Tell it, not recite it. When you memorize, you're reciting. But when you know, you're familiar with your structure, you're familiar with your key ideas, you will tell the audience, not recite. Listen to your voice. Record it. Listen to your voice again. Ask your friends. Tell your friends to listen to you. I used to tell my husband to listen to my speeches. My son to listen to my speeches. Ask your teammates to listen to your speeches. Don't be shy. You want to be a world champion, right? That's it. All right. Now, organization and prioritization is 20 out of 100. Okay. A well-organized. Can we go on to the next slide? A well-organized speech helps the audience follow your message easily. A strong speech should have an introduction. What's an introduction? What should an introduction include? An attention grabber. What is an attention grabber? It can be a quote. It can be a story. It can be the lyrics of a song. 2 lines. Which the attention getter should be connected to your topic. All right. It can be a visual aid, a small one. Some good speakers have used the rose. I'm sure you have seen it in TED Talks. Another one used a cigarette. I know I'm smoking, right? It's bad, right? Then he went on to his topic, how smoking kills. This kind of visual aid can. One speaker used a crushed paper. He crushed the paper in front of the audience and he said, can I smoothen these lines now? And he gave the answer, these lines will never be smoothened. This is the case of rape victims. The scars can never be erased. So now you're talking on your topic, rapes. All right? Okay. Now, main points, again, 3 main points. Blah, 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 your story, your country's story, international story. Conclusion, refer to your statement of intent. Tell it in another way. This is what I have told you all. And I'm going to leave you with this statement, a memorable statement or a call for action. Leave them like that. Do not put an afterthought. You don't have to say thank you. You finish your speech The audience should thank you for delivering a speech. And if you have done a mistake along the way, you have missed out a sentence, do not say, I'm sorry. Just say, I'll rephrase it. Or let me say it again. Do not draw attention to your weakness. When you say sorry, then some of the audience would have missed it. This why he's saying sorry, What happened? What happened? Like that. So do not draw attention to your weakness. You've missed it. Oh, let me rephrase it. Let me say it again. Like that. Okay? Now, prioritize by focusing on the most important ideas. Arrange them logically. Avoid unnecessary information. You only have 5 minutes. Okay? Create smooth transactions. Remember, this is not a descriptive essay or a debate. Add depth to your content. Research is important. All right. Remember, next slide. A confused structure leads to a confused audience. Tip is, say what you will say it clearly, then remind them what you have said. Look at the next slide. The hamburger presentation model. A hamburger has 3 main parts. The top bun, the meat in the middle, and the bottom bun. Presentation also has these 3 main parts: the introduction, the body, and conclusion. What you do is to dress it up. We use lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onions, and cardamoms. Similarly, in the same way, you can dress your presentation, your speech, with facts, evidence, and examples. All right? If you find that your hamburger has grown too tall, I can take out some tomatoes, I can take out some onions. All right? This is called the hamburger presentation model. Well, folks, I hope I have reached you in some way or other, or inspired you in some way or other to take part. Do not be afraid. Just do it.